Are we on? Hello. How are you? How you going? Exciting, isn't it? Someone's just popped into your life. I'm just looming into your lounge room somehow. Hello, I'm James Valentine. Welcome wherever you might happen to be watching this. And people are participating in this right across Australia, right across the world. It's absolutely fantastic. Look, a couple of things. I'm James Valentine, by the way, and we'll get to more of that in a moment. A couple of things just before we get started. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the entire land upon which we meet, wherever you might happen to be. I acknowledge elders past, present and emerging, and also pay respects to any Indigenous Australians who are watching. I acknowledge our 60,000-year history and to hope that we walk together in a future of reconciliation and recognition. We're going to have a great night tonight, but there's a couple of things you should know. Some of the stuff that we're dealing with tonight is quite intense. We're talking to people who are doing serious work on the front line. There may be some challenging issues and some difficult material to deal with tonight. So just letting you know, if you've got, say, perhaps younger people around, or it gets to a point where it might be a bit difficult for you, that's absolutely fine. You know, we'll understand if you come and go. Well, hello, I'm James Valentine. This is our 100th event, the 100th TFN event, and it's happening in a COVID compliant way. Isn't that extraordinary? Who would have thought that we'd end up doing this kind of thing for the 100th event? You know, I'm sitting here toggling a couple of laptops and, you know, talking down a webcam. Oh, it's like just doing an accounts meeting. It's like the accounts meeting you've been doing for the last 3 months. But I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be really, really successful. I'm thinking of it as sort of like, oh, this would be for sort of some older viewers. It's like the Funding Network romper room. I can see Alan. I can see Lisa. I can see Jezebel. I can see Rachel. It's that sort of thing. That's the vibe I've got that's going on here. But it's terrific to be bringing it to you in these COVID compliant ways. For example, you do realise what COVID-19 means, don't you? It's, you know, the disease is called COVID-19 is the number of kilos we've all put on in the last 3 months. That's pretty much it. Well, that's just me really. I'm talking about it now. When I think of flatten the curve, I'm mainly just thinking about my stomach. Really, that's going to have to deal with that. But let's get this event up and running. It's going to be absolutely terrific. As I said, you know, we're using a bit of jerry-built technology to bring this. So if at various points it doesn't quite load or we've got some issues, you know, I hope you'll forgive us and we'll try and get through it. This is our 100th event. And so let's kick off the 100th by getting Julie Mcdonald. She's the CEO of TFN, to say a few words.
Hello and welcome to TFN's 100th event. It is so special to be here and just incredible. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which I stand, the Gadigal people of the Aurora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. So wow, here we are at 100. We are blown away at how many people have logged on, not just across Australia, but across the world to celebrate our 100th event. And we hope to dig very deep and generously for 3 inspiring causes you will hear from a little bit later on, who, let's face it, have never done it tougher. We would like to make a very special mention to our esteemed global founder, Frederick Mulder, who has gotten up incredibly early in the morning in the UK to log on. So welcome, Fred. And also to Lisa Cotton, who brought Fred's inspired idea to these Australian shores 99 events ago. It is great to have Fred, Lisa, Rick, and Rob, and our founding chairman, Alan English, all on board tonight, the original dream team. Also a quick call out to my own parents in Dublin. Hi, Dad, hi, Dee, who I think have tuned in to see what's kept me in Australia all these years. But welcome, it's so great to have you finally at one of my events. I also wanted to heartfeltly acknowledge the AMP Foundation. Not only have the AMP Foundation been with TFN since the very beginning when Lisa was trying to prove the model here in Australia, but they've stayed with us ever since. In fact, tonight marks the 10th event with AMP, and to celebrate our 100th event, they have very generously donated $100,000 in matched funding tonight. So what better way to leverage every single dollar with 5 days to go to the end of the financial year? I did a little tot up earlier, and between the funds AMP has donated to TFN and through TFN, both as a matched funder and at events they've hosted, their total impact is over $2.5 million. So that deserves a huge virtual round of applause. And massive, massive thank you to Peter Shergold, Helen Leondis, Renee Eaton and Emma Turnbull for staying with us all these years on this journey. And here's to another 10. TFN really is a true network. It's about corporates like AMP, our friends at Macquarie, and so many others coming together, and people like you. So thank you for helping us prove time and time again that together we can do more, we can give more, and we can change more. So enough from me. Get comfortable, get those Ugg boots on, get your feet up, get a glass of bubbles. And remember, if we can facilitate $13.5 million through 99 events, let's see what we can do with number 100. Let's make it the best yet. So have a great night, Sláinte. Back to you, James.
Thanks so much, Julie. Of course, no one's taken the Ugg boots off for the last 3 months anyway. So, but if you want to change into your formal pair, that could be quite nice. Absolutely amazing. $13.5 million for grassroots charity so far, and let's give that a little round of virtual applause as well. This is my version of virtual applause. Okay, it's a little bit of jazz clapping. Jazz clapping, just do click, 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 click. So it's nice and quiet. You're not disturbing anybody who's on the couch next to you. But of course, you can use all we've got the chat room. We've got a question area. You can use all of that to talk to us during the night as well. As Julie mentioned, tonight's event's been made possible by our amazing event partner. Thank you very much to the AMP Foundation. This is our 10th event that we've been working with the AMP Foundation. Incredible support, as she highlighted. Let's get to it. Tonight, you'll be hearing from 3 AMP Tomorrow Makers. These are amazing Australians who've received grants through the AMP Foundation's annual $1 million grants program. Now, these presenters will be telling you all about their organisations and then asking for your support. Each presenter will have 6 minutes to tell their story, and they'll answer your questions. Now, you'll see on the screen in front of you that there is a place to ask a question and to vote on the best ones as well. So please get involved with that. If you're listening to the presentation and you think to yourself, oh, I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more about that, I'm not quite clear what that is, then all you have to do is ask a question in that spot. If you want to hide the chat box while the presenters are speaking, you can click on the arrow to the right of the chat box. I'm very intrigued to know whether I don't know if I'm pointing to the right or the left, really, but if you're clicking to the right of the chat box, and then to bring it back up, click on the text box at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If all that's too complicated, don't attempt it. Just don't go near it. After we've heard from all the 3 presenters, we're going to facilitate live pledging through the chat room. Okay, perfectly simple. If you can type, you should be able to handle it. I'm going to do my best to keep up with that as we're going along. I'll be calling out the pledges as usual. It's just like being in the room, except we're just here, connected digitally, magically, somehow. So let's get going with tonight's 100th Funding Network event and meet our first presenter. Our first organisation offers the only service of its kind in Australia, making dreams come true for adults with metastatic cancer, relapsed lymphoma, leukemia, and grades 3 to 4 brain cancer. So please welcome the CEO of Dreams to Live For, Louise Marnie.
Take a moment to think what your dream would be if you were asked. Now, what would it be if you're an 18-year-old with advanced bone cancer, or a young mum or dad with 3 young children, or a 70-year-old grandmother or grandfather? Well, as a dream maker, I can tell you what they would be. John met the Australian cricket team, did the pitch analysis, sat in a box and did it with 5 of his friends. Young mums and dads will want to make happy memories, last family holidays, or see their children meet Santa Claus for the first time. Mary parachuted out of a plane for her 75th birthday. We as dream makers are incredibly lucky to have the privilege to make these dreams come true. From the moment a dream request comes across our desk, we start work. Our dream makers are nurses who understand the disease process and can speak realistically to our dreamers about the constraints of a cancer diagnosis. They have to be flexible because things change often and quickly. We need to keep the dream alive, enhance it in any way we can, and forge ahead to make it come true. Dreams to Live For makes dreams come true for adults living with metastatic cancer. And that's any cancer that's spread from where it originally started. Relapsed blood-borne cancers and advanced brain cancer. These are an incredibly brave group of people who go through grueling and painful treatments. As one of our dreamers said to me, I get up, then I get knocked down again, again, and again. My sister Annie, while being treated for metastatic breast cancer, founded Dreams to Live For as one program in one hospital. She felt a real need to feed the soul as well as treat the disease. She said, if you keep thinking about your dreams, you stop thinking about your cancer. Dreams to Live For became a national charity in 2015, the only one of its kind. We now work with 180 hospitals Australia-wide. Our dream makers have made 820 dreams come true, one every 48 hours. In Australia today, 136 people died of cancer. 90% of those people had metastatic cancer. So people ask me, why do you do what you do? How do you do what you do? I do this because I saw the look on my mother's face when she walked back into the house after being diagnosed with metastatic cancer and felt carpet under her feet, new carpet. That was her dream. I felt the joy and saw the joy when my sister sang in front of thousands of people at the entertainment centre in Wollongong as a backup singer for Human Nature. I speak to the staff in the hospitals who tell me the stories they hear from their patients about their dream and the stories they hear post-dream. I talk to the families who ring and thank me for the dream, sometimes on the day their loved ones pass away, and thank me for changing the conversations in those last days to reminiscing about that dream. So people say to me, what does it do for a dreamer? By setting a goal and allowing them to make a decision, it gives them back joy and dignity and peace in those last days, months, and years. As one of our palliative care specialists said to me, dreams to live for brings the person back out of the patient. Our dream makers work tirelessly to make our dreams come true. Sometimes they work with them for over a year to perfect a dream. Other times we receive a dream one day, the next day it comes true, and sadly, the following day they pass away. We need the comfort of available funds so that we can act quickly because time is often short. Tonight, I'm asking you to support us by funding a part-time dream maker and the dreams that they will grant. $30,000 will pay for a part-time dream maker for 12 months. On average, the cost of our dreams are $2,500. So every dollar of a further $30,000 will go towards putting a smile on the faces of 12 metastatic cancer patients and those of their inner circle of family and their outer circle of friends and carers and hospital staff and the community they live in. The ripple effect of a dream is far-reaching. You have the power tonight to bring joy, peace, and dignity into what can be a very dark place. You have the power to make dreams come true tonight.
Well done, Louise. That was absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful organisation. You know, like you think about you think about it. I think when we're thinking about adults who have cancer, we tend to think of research and we tend to think of, cures and that sort of stuff. But this is absolutely just as important. So thank you so much. Fantastic. Now, if you've got some questions, you might like to throw them up in the Ask a Question area. You'll see that down the bottom there. You can put questions there and get that started. Anything you want to know about DreamMaker, go right ahead. We'd love to hear from you. So you're saying a DreamMaker's employed as such, Louise?
Yes, they are.
So it's like a paid job as such. You're paid to
Yes.
be a DreamMaker. Yeah. And why do it that way? I mean, it might be a lot of people think, well, surely that's a volunteer thing.
It's a huge commitment to make as a DreamMaker. You can be contacted any time of the night or day or weekend because things, as I said, change so frequently. So we need to be able to call on our DreamMakers at any time to make these dreams come true.
Yeah, right. And then what sort of skills do they need to be a DreamMaker? It almost sounds like you're an event organizer. It's like a combination nurse and an event planner.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have, as I said, nurses as our DreamMakers because that's vital to understanding what's achievable and what's not and working within those constraints. But yes, they have to be very, very flexible and very understanding.
Yep. Now, if you have questions, put it in the question area. Perhaps not so much on the comments area. Put your questions into the question area, and then we can put them to Louise if there's things that you want to know. Is there a waiting list for dreams? I mean, you're saying that sometimes you have to move quickly, but is there also a demand?
Yeah. No, James, there's not a waiting list because these people can't wait in the majority of cases.
Right.
So we try and act as quickly as we can. We have never said no to anyone. Everyone that applies for a dream is granted the possibility of a dream.
I mean, I'm not quite sure how to frame this, but is there a minimum time at which you can apply as such? Like at what point in the process can I contact you to start talking about a dream?
Once they've been diagnosed with metastatic cancer, they can apply for a dream.
Right. How do this is a question coming in from Kate. How do DreamMakers connect with your recipients? How do you put them together?
To connect with, sorry?
I think what she means is how do you put them together? Is it just whoever's the next available DreamMaker will get to go and do it, or is there a process there as well?
Yeah, I mean, what we tend to do is have our areas that we look after.
Do you get any funding from anywhere else? Is there any government funding in this?
No, just this year we received a grant from the government of $10,000. But other than that, it's all donations and events. And of course, during COVID, we've had to cancel all our events. So it's been difficult. Yeah,
that must have been very hard. There must have been people that were looking forward to stuff. It hasn't happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of our dreams haven't been able to happen, but some have. I mean, last week we did a wedding in a ward in a hospital.
Right.
Yep, we zoomed in relatives from America and had a very small wedding in a hospital. Yeah.
Wow, an amazing thing to have happen. We've got time for perhaps a couple more questions. People might be more familiar with the ones that are geared towards children. How does your work differ from Make-A-Wish or Starlight and those sort of things?
Well, we make dreams come true for adults, not children. So there's many organisations, of course, for children, but I don't think you can forget about the mums and the dads and the grandmothers and the grandfathers, the aunts and the uncles and sisters and brothers. A lot of the time it's about making memories for whole families. And a lot of it's about making memories for these children that are going to be without their loved ones going forward.
How do you assess the overall success of this program of DreamMakers?
We hear a lot from our dreamers calling us post-stream, and before the dream as well, because a lot of the joy they get is from the anticipation of a dream, taking their mind away from other things. And but we do have a post-dream survey that we put out to our dream makers and our next of kin, who get back to us and talk to us about the things that went really well and sometimes things that they think that could be improved on their dream.
Louise, it's a beautiful organisation. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thank you so much for your inspiring delivery there. It was absolutely terrific. Well done. That's Dreams to Live For, and that's our first organisation tonight. Our second organisation pitching aims to mitigate the risks associated with wandering and drowning for those with autism spectrum disorder. And here to tell us more is the founder and CEO of Autism Swim, Erica Gleeson.
Children with autism are 160 times more likely to drown than their peers. How many of you are parents? How many of you are parents? Imagine your 13-year-old child who cannot communicate verbally, escapes out of his bedroom window at night, and he's on a mission to get to the beach. But he can't perceive danger. He has no road safety awareness, and he can't swim. All he knows is that the water is where he wants to be. It's the one place his sensory challenges are alleviated. This is the reality for many families that we work with. It's also exactly what happened to my friend Patrick. In the instance you haven't had first-hand experience with this, think of Will, the 15-year-old with autism, who recently went missing in the Victorian wilderness for 3 days in temperatures below zero, not wearing any shoes. Incidents like this happen every single day for those with autism and dementia. They just very rarely make the headlines. Unlike Will, not every story has a happy ending. So why am I here? I'm here because individuals with autism and other abilities are being turned away from swimming lessons, surfing lessons, and nippers because of their needs. I'm here because many of them wander, more often than not, gravitating toward bodies of water. I'm here because Autism Swim is the only organisation in the world dedicated to this. And we need your support to change the statistics and ensure that everybody has the right to thrive and survive in the water. The water is such an iconic part of Australia's identity, and the fact that many are being turned away from aquatic activities because of their needs should be something that sits so very poorly at the core of every Australian. What is Autism Swim's mission? Our mission is to make aquatics inclusive and to ultimately save lives. How do we do this? We certify aquatic professionals all over the world as Autism Swim approved. We provide wandering and drowning support to parents such as Will's. We run community education campaigns, and we run specialised events such as modified nippers and surf education. Is autism diagnosis on the rise? Diagnosis has risen 1,150% since 1995. The inequalities experienced are only going to get worse unless we receive the requisite support to make the impact that we know that we can. We're a super small team driven by passion only, and we feel very, very strongly that the community has a role to play in keeping its most vulnerable safe and giving them adequate learning opportunities. So where will your support go? If through your generosity tonight we were able to raise $30,000, Last year, Autism Swim launched a water safety app, which is a game available on iPad only, which teaches our swimmers what to do and what not to do around certain aquatic environments. We've received exceptional feedback on this. The last 12 weeks have proven to us that technology is more important now than it has ever been. And whilst our swimmers may not be in their Autism Swim approved swimming lessons, they can still be learning water safety through their devices. In fact, more often than not, technology and the autistic brain are best friends. So this is a way to tap into this by teaching them one of the most vital skills in life to keep them safe. We now need funds to build upon this app. We need to make it compatible across multiple devices. We need to make it relevant to different aquatic scenarios where our swimmers frequent. And we need to secure the resources within the organisation to take this app where we know it can go. After all, it's the only one of its kind in the world that exists. If you could dig even deeper and pledge another $30,000, you can see us develop a certification package for surfing teachers, which includes online training, resources, support, and referrals through our online marketplace. Our swimming certification program is operational in 15 countries, and now the little dudes and dudettes that we work with can have the opportunity to learn surfing. Our model allows for scalability. For every teacher that we certify, they can go on to teach hundreds and hundreds of students. The model is also sustainable, as our certification model is our main revenue stream. Our modified Dippers program is called Dippers, and it currently operates from Bondi and Coogee. We receive requests to deliver this at locations all over Australia, and tonight you have the opportunity to make that happen. For every additional $15,000 that we're able to raise tonight, that's another location in Australia that we can run our Dippers program. So we will embrace technology to teach water safety. We will give those with other abilities the opportunity to learn surfing, and we will run specialised programs, all of which are scalable, ensure maximum impact, and stem back to the very reason that I set Autism Swim up to begin with. Autism Swim believes everybody should have the opportunity to thrive and survive in the water, and we hope that you do too.
Erica, fantastic. Thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. Excellent. So tell me more about, give me more of a picture of the app. What's on the app? Is it games? Like how do I use an app to learn water safety?
Great question. So right now, as I mentioned, it's only available on iPad, so one device, and we only have the pool as the aquatic environment. So it covers things from the time the individual actually leaves their home to go to swimming lessons. So we're not running out the door. We have to wait for mum and dad. We have to hold hands to the point that they actually get to the pool, and they have to sit on the edge and wait for their instructor. When they get in the pool, they have to use their fingers to kick their legs. Then we move into things like when they're not feeling safe. So when I'm not feeling safe in the water, do I do this or do I do this? And so it's constantly reinforcing the key water safety principles that we're trying to enforce. And it's actually what we call a social story, which is really, really proven in the methodology for teaching those with autism new skills. So it's an interactive social story. So it's sort of like a cartoon, but with gamification intertwined throughout.
Yeah, so they're mentally going through the process. So next time they're at the pool, they know what to do.
Absolutely. We know that the autistic brain tends to rehearse things. So what we're doing is setting up that rehearsal process for them in advance by teaching them all the things that they should be doing.
Right. And if taught, there's no reason why a kid with autism can't swim. Like if the teaching is right, they can swim.
They can swim if they're taught in the right way to swim. And that's probably the biggest challenge, is that, yes, some people are being denied access to lessons, but in other circumstances, they are attending lessons, but they're not going well. And in fact, it's actually creating trauma. So unless those lessons are delivered in a way that the autistic brain gets and it works with their learning style, it can actually have the reverse effect. So many individuals that we work with aren't actually even going to swimming lessons to learn swimming, which is a fact that seems baffling to people. Some of them are going to attend water therapy. Some of them need to learn water safety, and those two components might be considered more important than learning 50 meters of freestyle, for instance. So our lessons combine those three elements, which is probably one of the main things that sets it apart from mainstream lessons.
Is there any partnership with the surf lifesaving movement? Do you have a relationship there?
Yeah, we have relationships with the local surf lifesaving clubs that run the Dippers program. So we've worked with Coogee for 4 years now. And as of this year, the first year, we worked with Bondi as well. So we facilitate those relationships with the Surf Lifesaving Club because they provide us with a whole heap of volunteers for our Dippers events. So every participant has minimum 2 volunteers as water safety as they acquire those skill sets.
Yeah. And, we've seen in some programs in supermarkets, that's something like autism-friendly shopping hours. Does this happen at different times at the beach when things are a bit quieter? Is it that sort of thing as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're the first ones on the beach. 8 a.m. the program kicks off, and it tends to be the time when the beach is less stimulating, particularly Bondi, which is Australia's most famous beach, perhaps.
Yeah.
So we always try and facilitate things in a way that we can ensure the most success based on our participants' needs.
Jonathan wants to know, is there any plan for marketing this app?
Yes. So within what we've broken down with the $30,000 is to include a marketing budget, which we're excited about because we've never had one. But we can pump every resource possible and create world's greatest app. But unless it's being marketed effectively, it's almost a waste. So we made sure with this particular opportunity that we were certain to budget some marketing, because particularly on the App Store, because there's nothing like it, if we can get it right, it will rank really well, and there's no reason it can't scale all over the world like our certification program has. Yeah.
Well, look, as you said, it's a time when we've all been very focused on how technology can help us learn and communicate, just like we're doing here tonight. So I think you're right on the money. Erica, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
That's Erica Gleeson from Autism Swim. Excellent organisation there. And our third one tonight is our third organisation for tonight's 100th event. They're offering targeted support to those experiencing miscarriage or early pregnancy loss. So please welcome Sam Payne, CEO and founder of Pink Elephant Support Network.
I'm sorry, there is no heartbeat. 6 words no mother ever wants to hear. August 2015, forever etched in my memory, as I lay in an ultrasound clinic not far from here, holding my then 2-year-old's chubby little hand, looking up to the screen, expecting to show her baby brother or sister. Instead, to be met with those words. It felt like a trapdoor opened up beneath me and I fell, but there was no one there to catch me. Despite it being the mental health event most likely to impact women in their lifetime. Do you know how many women will experience a miscarriage today? 282 women, or 103,000 couples each year within Australia, millions globally. Studies have linked miscarriage as inducing an intense period of emotional distress, which, if left unsupported, can lead to clinical levels of anxiety, depression, and trauma. Within an elephant community, if a mother elephant loses her baby, the other elephants form a physical circle of support around her. Just over 5 years ago, my doctor told me, miscarriage is common, at least you have a child. He referred me to the hospital for an ERPC, evacuation of remaining products of conception. Except to me, that was my baby. Removed forever, never to be spoken about again, silenced by society's misperception on how miscarriage should be managed. I internalized my grief, put on a brave face and carried on. A few months later, we fell pregnant again, excited but understandably nervous. We had a scan at 8 weeks and we saw a beautiful baby with a strong heartbeat. Except a few weeks later, I started to bleed. I passed that baby alone in the shower at 3 o'clock in the morning with nowhere to turn for support. I had to make the traumatic decision as to whether to flush the remains of my baby down the toilet or take them to hospital for further testing. How did I feel? Devastated, bereft, isolated, and alone, like no one understood my pain. Negative thoughts continually challenging my mental health on a daily basis, blaming myself. You're not fit to be a mother. It's your fault. You had that one glass of wine. That's why you lost those babies. It's your fault. I got angry at the lack of support when 1 in 4 pregnancies end in loss before 12 weeks. And from my anger, I decided that I needed to channel that somewhere and to create something that could support other people through this. And there was the idea for the Pink Elephants. And I'm really proud to stand here today and share with you what we do. We provide an early intervention program that supports women as they grieve, nurtures them as they heal, and empowers them beyond. We provide emotional support literature in the form of resources that have tripled in downloads in the last 4 months. Just this week, we printed and distributed 1,200 resources nationally to clinics. We offer a personalised peer support programme where we connect women to other women with lived experience of early pregnancy loss who can guide and support them. We provide online, safe, supportive communities where women can foster meaningful connections with others who are also walking the journey of early pregnancy loss. We support around 4,000 new people each month. However, there is a gap. 8,500 couples will experience a miscarriage every month in Australia. At Pink Elephants, we really listen to our community. We continually work with our community to iterate and develop our programs. We held a survey that surveyed 1,700 women 2 years ago. Do you know how many women told us they feel unsupported through miscarriage? 75%. We extended that survey with the University of Melbourne, and 88% told us they want a referral for support after experiencing a pregnancy loss. Which is not surprising when a study published this year by the University College of London clinically linked miscarriage to anxiety, trauma, and depression at critical levels 9 months after a pregnancy loss. Miscarriage is not something we just get over. We support women like Sarah, who experienced a missed miscarriage at her 12-week scan. Her GP told her it's common, at least you know you can get pregnant. When her husband said, I don't know how to help you anymore, when she'd withdrawn from all of her friends and family and even social media, it was too much to bear all the happy pregnancy announcements of those around her. A great friend connected Sarah into our circle of support. We supported her as she grieved the loss of her baby. We nurtured her as she dared to be brave enough to try to conceive again. And we empowered her, and we stand with her right now through the anxiety of pregnancy after loss, which on the days when it's too much for her to bear alone, we stand alongside her. We understand because we've been there. Unfortunately, we're a small team driven by the same mission that no one should walk the journey of early pregnancy loss alone. However, we are absolutely stretched beyond our means and we urgently need support to be able to grow our circle of support. So how can you help this evening to empower us to grow our circle of support? $30,000 raised tonight will enable us to hire a part-time bereavement counsellor who will be able to offer 3,250 people the support and empathy and understanding that they deserve, which will in turn lessen the likelihood of them developing anxiety, depression, or trauma. And as this evening is the 100th The Funding Network Night, which we are incredibly privileged and grateful to be part of, for every additional $2,700 that we can raise this evening, we can support another 100 women through our circle of support. So please dig deep tonight. Your kindness and generosity will have a profound and lasting impact. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Like I'm looking at a bunch of comments box here, Sam. Like basically everyone wants to come and give you a hug. Like if we could, if we were in the room, the audience would be up on stage right now. Like that was extraordinary that you were able to share that and tell that story. And it does capture that, what we've got in our mind as the norm about this, that as you say, we should just get over it, or surely you can just move on. It's just not even vaguely true.
Not at all. Not for many women. For many women, they deserve so much more empathy and understanding. And miscarriage can have a very lasting, profound impact on the rest of their lives.
Tell me more about the circle of support. Are these volunteers? Are we gathering in a room? Are you usually talking sort of like we're doing now? How does it work?
Absolutely. So we provide our circle of support digitally, and that's so that we are trying to build an organisation that is scalable sustainably, but also so that it's accessible to many. And with miscarriage still being such a thing that's silenced by society, it can often make it hard for people to access support or to put their hands up and say they need support. And the advantage of online communities means that we empower people to join our communities. And many women are just part of the communities without actually asking questions or joining in at first. And then eventually they gain confidence. And from that, they become part of the circle where they feel like they're engaging with others. We have many different programs that we offer, but ultimately our circle of support is all around empathy, understanding, and meaningful connections.
And are those supporters trained in any way? How do they get up to speed?
Absolutely. So we were very lucky last year from the AMP Tomorrow Maker grant to be able to hire a peer support manager. Up until that point, this role had been a volunteer role. And Anna is an incredible lady who is absolutely driven by her own lived experience of loss, but has now turned our program into something where she trains up all of our ambassadors over the course of a weekend. That program is also supported by another bereavement counsellor and social worker who works at the Royal Women's Hospital here in Sydney. It's a great program. It's another way that we foster connections, and those bonds last a lifetime. Our group of women who are ambassadors, who all volunteer their time to mentor and support others, the biggest outtake we got from that program was just how cathartic it is for them to be able to give back to others in a way that they never had. Is just it's healing. Yeah.
Well, I love what you were saying about that you then stay with somebody for what sounded like a year or 2 years. Like you're still there for the next pregnancy, for the next, and as you say, like how anxious would that be? What a difficult time.
It is, without a doubt, one of the most anxiety-driven points in a woman's life. To feel like you can't experience the joy of a pregnancy because it feels like it could be taken away from you at any moment is often too much for many women to bear. But when you share those anxieties, and then we take the Brené Brown movement and we label these emotions and we vulnerably, courageously share and with each other, then we remove their power, and that's how we support each other.
Yeah. Tell me about the connection with hospitals. How do you connect to hospitals? What reaction are you finding in hospitals once they get to
We have the most beautiful testimonials from nurse unit managers of early pregnancy assessment services and emergency departments. They love our resources because we don't present clinical information in a dry and informative way. If you look at our resources via our website, you'll see just how beautiful they are and how much time, love, and care has gone into them. So we distribute them nationally, and we have an amazing volunteer, Katie, who has also had lived experience of loss, now has her children, and the way that she gives back is to basically ensure that all of the hospitals nationally have our resources. And that's a case of picking up the phone, building a relationship with a nurse, sending them a pack so they understand what we do. And now that is just growing phenomenally, because once one hospital knows that they have them, another hospital comes back and asks for more. And again, we urgently need to turn Katie's role also into a paid role.
And I may have missed this, but are you operating only in Sydney or nationally?
No, we're absolutely national. We supply the majority of the hospitals and clinics, and we also supply GP surgeries nationally, just to ensure that when you leave with that diagnosis, which just feels like the worst day in your life, you at least are pointed back to an organisation specialised to deliver you the support that you deserve.
Yeah. Money from the AMP, anything from government, anything from health services?
At this stage, not. I have had several meetings with the Department of Health at Federal, and I would love to directly ask Greg Hunt to support us, because we have identified a gap in the healthcare system and we are doing our part to make a difference. But this needs to be a societal collaborative issue to address miscarriage. We need to come together to make the difference that's required.
Yeah. Sam, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us. Well done.
Thank
Well, there you go. There's our three presenters and three incredible stories there tonight. I'm sure you'll agree. Absolutely fantastic. They're all AMP tomorrow makers, all having a real impact in the community right now. But there's so much more, as they all said. There's more they want to do. They've got ideas. They know where they want to go. They know the kind of stuff that they think can be effective. All they need is for us to get behind them and help them here tonight and support their efforts. So let's figure out how the pledging is going to go here. If you've been used to it in the room, you know, like I'd now be jumping up and down and running around with a microphone. So we're going to do it virtually. We're going to do it in this environment tonight. As usual, we're going to invite an advocate from each program to up onto the screen. They'll kick off the pledging, tell you more about why they think the organisation is fantastic, and then we'll open it up for everybody watching. So I know you want to get started, but just let me go through some of the details of it. If you want to make a public pledge, enter your name and the amount you want to pledge in the chat box, and I'll read it out. Okay. If I miss your pledge, I mean, there might be a lot of them coming in. If I don't quite get it, your pledge will still be there. It's now on the chat box record, so we should be okay. We're going to go through each program in the same order they were presented. So we'll start with Dream to Live 4, and on we'll go. So save your pledge if you want to give particular emphasis to one group. Wait until they turn up. When we're done, we'll do a quick second round in case you're thinking, oh, actually, now I wouldn't mind giving a bit more over there. Pledges are, of course, tax deductible, and pledges start from $100, but, go nuts. It's end of financial year. Don't be shy. If you would rather give privately, if you don't want to, be in the chat room environment, absolutely fine. Make your donation online after the event. But there is, I think one of the beautiful things about the Funding Network is the encouragement of public giving. This is public giving on the chat room right there. Everyone sees it. Everyone goes, oh, that's great. That's fantastic. You can use the pledging to send a little message about the organisation, or to come up with an imaginative way of encouraging others to pledge as well. And that's part of the whole spirit of the Funding Network. A huge thank you again to the AMP Foundation. They've contributed $100,000 to tonight's 100 TFN event. So we'll start out with each program match funding up to $30,000 per program. So your donation will be doubling. Give 100 straight off, and you'll be giving 200. Absolutely fantastic. Everybody clear? I hope so. I can't hear you if you're not, but you can still put questions in. You can still put comments up there, and that'll be fantastic. So let's get started. Dreams to Live For is the first organisation. That's when we heard from Louise Marnie. Their advocate, who's been sitting there for a little while, is Carmel Hourigan. She's the Global Head of Real Estate from AMP Capital. Carmel, good evening.
Hello, James. How are you?
Oh, good. Off you go.
Okay. Well, I'm here to advocate for Dreams to Live For. I met Louise for the first time the other day, and it's such a fantastic charity, and you've heard her story. And it's such an important thing to be doing. It's quite unique, obviously, donating money and helping create dreams and, as she said today, memories for families on those last moments. And it is unique because, we don't have an organisation that looks after those people, adults, from ages of sort of 17 to up to even 97 and jumping out of a plane, which sounds fantastic. So it is a really crucial moment. And Louise told me a few stories the other day about some of the things that she has done. And, she mentioned the wedding that she organised last week. In the space of 2 days, they had to pull a wedding together, which is, such an amazing thing to do. And I talked to her about how rewarding her job must be and how she's done that in the memory of her sister. So just fantastic. But tonight we're here to raise money to get another dream maker. There is a very, very limited staff that she has. And she's, as she said, she needs people to help her. It costs around $3,000 per dream as well. So, she's looking to raise, I think she mentioned 36,000. Let's get a lot more than that, please. 12 people. We should be killing that. Come on, let's go. Yeah. So we got to raise more money. She's told me such great stories. She told me about a young man that she organised an event for with Maggie Beer. Maggie Beer was contacted. All he wanted to do was have lunch with Maggie Beer with some of his friends. She flew up. She had lunch with him, and they organised the whole thing. Some great stories. To another story she told me, the night she actually won the award from AMP, she actually was also organising another event that night, which was a young mother who was dying of breast cancer and wanted her toddler to see Santa Claus for the first time. And so they had Santa Claus come to the hospital room, and the whole family took photos. And that's what that family remembers. And that's what that child is going to have for the rest of her life. So it is about feeding the soul, and she's done an amazing job on that. So It's important to be a fairy godmother. As I said on my video the other day, get your wings on. You can all be a fairy godmother tonight. You don't even have to dress up.
I would like to be a fairy godmother.
I can see James being a fairy godmother.
Always been a dream.
Yep, exactly. So I want to start the pledging tonight with $500 for Louise. Please dig deep. There are so many great causes tonight. I love all of these people so far, but it's so important. So please give money. Thank you very much.
Good on you, Carmel. Thanks so much, Carmel Hourigan, for your support there of Dreams to Live For, and lots of encouragement and enthusiasm there. It's like, as you said, like $2,500 for a dream, $3,000 for a dream. It's not much. And if we can get beyond the 30, we can be making lots of dreams come true as well. So let's see how we go. Pledging on the chat room there. And congratulations. Lisa Cotton said she wanted to pledge the first $100 for TFN's 100th event. So Lisa, thanks. So we're very happy to accept your $100. And very nice that it was you. Lots of people saying yes. Good on you, Lisa. That's fantastic. Fred wanted to be the second 100. I bet you Fred wanted to be the first. I bet you he was actually, he's going, oh, damn. Got in there quicker. Good on you, Fred. Thank you so much for your 100 as well. Alison Seamers, $150. Thank you, Alison. Jen, thank you for 100 from you. Nicole Harris, $100. Andrew Falzone, $100. Excellent. Very good. Libby Adams, $100 from this fairy godmother. Good on you. Let's all be fairy godmothers tonight. $100 from me, from Tim Parks, for Dreams to Live For, and $200 from Alana Brown. That's absolutely fantastic. Kelly Murphy, thank you so much. $200 from you. A. McKay, just some McKay, $100 from you as well. I think we got to Nicole there as well. So keep them coming in. Just put them on the chat room there. Absolutely terrific. And thank you so much. Lisa's getting very competitive with Fred in the chat room too. I beat you there. Excuse me while I just get a bit of the computer working. Michelle Cross, $200 from her. Thank you, Michelle. Just a couple of things to flick off there, no worries. Kate Hine writes, I lost my mother to metastatic cancer, and those last months are irreplaceable and do help you through the grief. Those last moments, sorry, are irreplaceable and do help you through the grief. I want to pledge $1,000 and ask anyone who's lost a loved one to cancer to match my pledge. That's a beautiful pledge, and I understand from that, Kate, perhaps you did use, you had a dream come true from Dreams to Live For. So you understand exactly what they're doing. And thank you so much, Kate, for that pledge. Can we get a $1,000 match from anybody else who'd like to help make a dream come true, or would have had a dream come true, perhaps, as she says? That'd be absolutely terrific. Tom Teffrey, thanks, Tom, for yours. $100 from you. Julia McDonald is pledging $100 from Claire McDonald in the UK if her father will match her. Are you related to these people, Julia? Is that the sense I'm getting there? That's very, very good. Thank you for that. So come on, McDonald's, across the world there. We'd love to hear from you. Carmel says, come on, my real estate people, let's get into this and make all this happen. Excuse me, I've just managed to reduce the screen. Oh, there it is, to about about 2 inches. As you can gather, I'm sort of toggling here on a laptop. I'm scrolling up and down on the mouse pad. It's a little bit awkward, but I'm sure we can make it work. Here's a match for our $1,000 from Kate, from Anita Jacoby. Thank you, Anita. I'd like to pledge $1,000 in memory of Louise's fabulous sister, Annie Robinson. Annie was the inspiration for Dreams to Live For. Anita filmed a documentary with Annie for the ABC, and she was an absolute powerhouse, as is Louise. So thank you, Anita. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Helen, hello, Helen Leondos. Helen saying $500 if my AMP colleagues match it. Hello, AMP people. You out there? Huh? Helen's calling out to you. Bring in a 500 to match Helen Leondos's 500. That'd be absolutely terrific. Carl Goff, $100 from Meat Magic, he says. Lachlan Johnson's putting $300 towards Helen Leondos's pledge, so that's very, very good. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely excellent. Sorry, start again. And here we go. Andrew Kwok, $100. Thank you so much for that, Andrew. Janine Ellison, $100 as well. Marvellous. Lots of people giving lots of support to the idea, and that's really nice of you. You're absolutely right. Dreams to Live For is a brilliant thing. What a beautiful thing, you know, just to be able to draw on that sort of service at that sort of time, you know, absolutely wonderful. Lachlan points out we need another $200 to match Helen Leondos. So I've got a 100 from Tim Parks as well. So I think I'm up to 4 there. And Emma Turnbull's throwing in 100. There's the match for Helen. Thank you so much, AMP colleagues. Very, very good. Carmel Hourigan's thrown in $200 again as well. Now, thank you so much, Rebecca Gorman. $1,000 from Rebecca Gorman this evening. Good on you. Thank you so much for pledging there. That's absolutely wonderful. Good on you, Rebecca. Absolutely terrific. So all you've got to do is just get on. If you're online now, just type it into the chat room there and pitch away to help out Dreams to Live For. I think we can all see the amount, I'm assuming, in the middle of the screen there. Everyone can see what's happening. So you can see the amount we've got to already. So if you'd like to pitch in some more, that'd be absolutely terrific. And we can get to the getting a dream maker for Louise and Dream to Live For. We can get to making yet more dreams for this terrific organisation. So we've got $100 from Camille. Thank you, Camille. Very nice of you. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you for pledging there as well. $100 from Camille. Excellent. Anything more to come? It's that sort of time when I start to wander around the room. So what about you over the back? We haven't heard much. If there's any problem with pledging, if you're having a difficulty there, if there's something going on online there is a text number that's come up in the chat room right now. You should be able to see that there, and you can get on and text. If you call, we may be able to figure out your troubles there. Jemima Edwards, thank you so much. $100 from Jemima. Karen Groves, thank you for your $100. John Grenshaw, thank you so much, John. Nice to see you there. $1,000 from John Grenshaw. Thank you, John. Absolutely terrific. Now, this is just anonymous at this point. $100, and this person would like 9 matches from those whose loved ones have been touched by cancer personally. So $100 and like a match. So we need 9 $100 from those whose loved ones have been touched by cancer. I mean, it's kind of all of us, isn't it? Like, you don't have to look very far in the family or among your friends, and you will find someone who's had it, had to deal with it, and hopefully survived it. But it's a pretty common condition. Kristen Lark has thrown in 100 there. I think we'll take that as 1. $200 for the dream match there. So that's 3. Julie McDonald is throwing in 100 there. That's 4 for a mum. 100 match for Deb. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. So we're up to 6. 100 for my mum. So it's the same one. Jenny, 100 for her mum as well. There's another 100. Rebecca Gorman, again, thank you so much, Rebecca. Another 100 there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. So 2 more perhaps. Sean, 100 there as well. Thank you so much. Beautiful work. I think we're 1 short of matching the 9 100s. Lisa Cotton just saying, count me in too. Oh, okay, good on you, Lisa. So thank you for that. Beautiful, absolutely wonderful. So thank you for that. Very good. This is that thing that we do normally. If you want to have a match for some, you come up with an idea. Everybody from AMP, everybody from a particular job, or everybody who's got a particular reason to perhaps pledge, then go right ahead. Put that in there. We can put it out as a challenge and see how we go. 25 people donate another 100. That's a dream come true. 25 people donate another 100. Yeah, that's true. So that'd be good if that'll happen, and I'm sure it will. Now we've got a big match here, a big challenge. Thank you so much to the Salteri family. They've come up with $3,000. They would like 3 $1,000 matches. 3 by 1,000. So if we can get 3 people to donate $1,000, we've got a match there from the Salteri family. And thank you so much to them for all their excellent support of TFN over the, I think probably all 100. Absolutely terrific. So can we get 1,000 from anybody? If you'd like to match the Salteri donation, that'd be absolutely terrific. Kate's giving 100 for a friend who left behind 3 beautiful boys. Thank you, Kate. In memory of that friend, that's lovely. Thank you. If we've got a $1,000 match, $3,000 from Salteri family, and they'd like a match to make that happen. Carmel says I pledged 1,000 online earlier, so count that as one of the matches. Thank you very much. That's very good. The Gamboloni family, Stella. Thank you, Stella. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Scamboloni's matching $1,000 there as well. Thank you, Stella. Fantastic. Very, very good. Wonderful. Thanks for that. So I think we just need one more if we can, and that's coming in from the Hargrave family. Thank you, Hargraves. Very nice of you. Wonderful. Hello. Hope you're having a lovely night at home, enjoying TFN from the couch. So I think we got the match there. Absolutely fantastic. Now it looks like we're 100 off 30,000, so that's $100 off a Dream Maker, and then anything we get past that, then we end up with making dreams as well. So can we find that $100? Anybody got 100 that they'd like to give? We'll be planning to pledge 100. Let's do it now and get to $30,000. We're just about there. Come on, you can do it. I know you've got it. You're watching, you're just going, don't like it at 29,900. I just want that. You just want to go 100 more. There it is. Kaushika, $100. Thank you. Absolutely wonderful. There we go. We're through. Absolutely wonderful. We've got a Dream Maker for Louise and Dream to Live For. That's absolutely terrific there. Bravo. Well done. Wonderful. I have a lovely dreamer who wants to hire a camper van and drive the Great Ocean Road with her daughter and 2 young grandsons. Is there anyone? So, now I'll have to take this a little bit under advisement. This is somebody asking for money for a specific dream. Now, I'm not quite sure if it will quite work like that. But let me see if I can get some advice. Maybe somebody might like to ask Louise about that, or just check with TFN. So it's on the chat there. I'm just letting you know that last one, they're asking for it for a particular event to happen. I think I'm not quite sure if that's within the within the spirit of the thing as such. I get what you're asking for. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful idea. But whether we can sort of put out a specific one like that might be a bit, might not be quite it. But if we can, I'll just check. And if we can, love to. It's a beautiful idea. Absolutely terrific. So what we might do, I'm just thinking maybe we'll leave that at this point, and we'll park that there at $30,100 for Dreams to Live For. Then we do Autism Swim and the Pink Elephant Support Network, and we can come back and see if you'd like to help them out as well. So absolutely terrific work there for Dreams to Live For, and thank you so much for that. So we will move on at this point to Autism Swim. Their advocate is Craig Danton. He's Director of Customer Remediation at AMP. Craig. Come on, Craig, don't be shy. Got to plug it in first, Craig. That's it, Craig. Log on. There he is. G'day, Craig. How are you?
Well, slightly better now. It's been working perfectly up until about 30 seconds ago, and then it was a major crisis on my hands, but we're all good.
That's it. That happens to me every day on the radio. Every day, 12:30. Why isn't this thing working? Off you go, Craig.
Good on you. Thanks very much, and what a beautiful night already, and I look forward to our hearts, minds and spirits continuing to soar as we support these 3 beautiful charities. But tonight I'm here to humbly support Erica and Autism Swim. Most of us have someone in our lives with autism, whether it's a relative, a neighbour, or in my case, a good friend here at AMP with a son with autism. And I understand, or at least at a certain level, I understand after talking to my good friend Nas, some of the challenges he experiences with his son Rafa, particularly around learning and participating in new activities. And that's why Autism Swim really struck a chord with me. And I was genuinely shocked to learn that drowning is the leading cause of death for kids with autism. I just had no idea. And I think it's wonderful that Autism Swim trains and certifies aquatic professionals to teach people with autism about water safety and provide aquatic therapy. And I know my mate always tells me how happy his little man is when he's in the water. And he doesn't yet know how to swim safely on his own, but they're working on that. And this is one of the ways that Autism Swim can really change lives, meaning those with ASD can enjoy the pools, beaches and waterways which are at the heart of the Australian lifestyle. It's a fantastically innovative and inclusive charity to support. One of the things I've been doing here at AMP is offering up to do dares for donations. I'll report in on that a little bit later on. But for now, let me ask you to really get behind this charity and let me start us off with a $500 pledge. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Craig. Wait. Dares for donations? What are you referring to?
There's going to be far too much singing and dancing going on for my capabilities over the next couple of weeks, which apparently all do need to be filmed and shared basically across the AMP network. So hopefully it has brought in a few dollars, and as I say, we'll report on that shortly. But yeah, a little nervous.
Are we going to see any of that this evening?
Well, that we might have to see, it might have to be a big pledge, a surprise pledge on the table for that to happen, I think.
So a big pledge, and we could see Craig performing in some way. Is that it?
Well, it's all for a good cause, so you never know. Just remember, there's no talent to back up this up.
Oh, never stop me, Craig. You know. Fantastic. So keep that in mind. Any of Craig's AMP colleagues, there may be something that could bring us in a excellent donation. Thanks, Craig. Fantastic. So Craig kicking in $500 there, which gives us 1,000 matched with AMP. Absolutely terrific. So let us know if you'd like to pledge, of course, by getting onto the chat room and putting your amounts down there. To put your name in the bar, that's a bit easier as well. Heather and Bill Webster, $1,500. Thank you so much. Good on you. Bravo. Marvelous. I will start the Craig Dare pledge at $100. We need a song, Craig. Tim, I don't think you're even close. Quite frankly, I don't think you're even close. If we're going to get Craig back performing, yeah, you're going to have to do better than that. And I don't think it's collective. I think you've got to kick in there with a big sum, and I reckon we might see Craig giving us a bit of action there at some point. But thank you for your 100. That's very nice. Excellent. That's absolutely terrific. Rebecca says, as part of a family that lives by the adage, you never regret a swim. Isn't that so true? I'm thrilled to meet this beautiful charity. Water is a great healer. So Rebecca Gorman says, we'll start off with $1,000 as well. Thank you, Rebecca Gorman. Absolutely terrific. So true, isn't it? You never regret a swim. And I mean, you look at that and you think, with all the difficulties you might have with your life, if you're going to live with autism, wouldn't it be great if the water was sanctuary, if the water was a place where you did feel safe, where you can always go down, get some solitude, get some time, get some exercise. It's a really, really beautiful idea. So thank you, Rebecca, and thank you so much. All righty, let's get pledging. Type it in and put it on the chat there, and we'd love to collect your money and get the whole thing going. Let's see what we can get for Autism Swim this evening. What have we got on the pledge there? Let us know. Starts at $100. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That'd be very, very nice. Erica, what you do is extraordinary. This is an anonymous message. I love that you're giving families the tools to support their kids and that you're teaching the teachers. Such a clever model. I have some amazing friends with kids with autism. This is a vital organisation. So I pledge $1,000. I'd like anybody else to match it who wants the Dippers to come to Victoria. Yeah, nice one. The Dippers, this is the Nippers for autism, is only happening, I think, in Bondi Coogee, she said. So if you wanted to come to Victoria, it'd be absolutely terrific if you could pledge another 1,000 as well. And that will, I think, go a long way towards getting them down there. Thank you so much. Stephen Atkins donated $100 there as well. Thank you. Robin Broad, thank you for your $200. Very, very good. Thank you. That's nice. Claire says, now this is nice, isn't it? Claire says, enlightening presentation. I had no idea this was an issue. Yeah. Happy to pledge $150. Exactly. If this is what happens at TFN. We come along, we learn so much. You might think, I would think I know about autism. I've done interviews. I've got friends, whose kids have it, all that sort of stuff. Never occurred to me something as simple as a swim lesson, something that every other kid can take for granted, of course, would be a problem. So it's absolutely beautiful. So Claire's chipped in $150. Thank you. And says, hubby's chipping in $150. I love people who use hubby. I love hubby. Oh, hubby's going to do 150 as well. Thank you so much. Deb says, we are discouraged from associating with Victoria. You don't have to bring that into here, but $200 to break those rules. So come on, those who would defy and cross that border in a completely COVID safe way, mask, sanitizer, throw in $200 there as well. That'd be terrific. Thanks, Deb, $200. And she'd like 3 matches, 3 other rule breakers who are keen to associate with Victoria. Come on, they can't. They had some breakout. It was going to happen somewhere. So let's see if we can help them out as well. Alan and Tessa English, thank you so much. Love the model. Love to see it come to the Sunshine Coast. Happy to pledge $500. That's absolutely fantastic. And there's Judith. Yes, thank you, Judith Hargrave. We want this program to come to Victoria. We will match $1,000. Thank you, Philip and Judy Hargrave. That's absolutely terrific. $200 from Tom to match Deb, given his Victorian roots there. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Craig says another $500 from me to not sing. Interesting, Craig. Interesting. So you're saying 500 not to sing. So I would say we've got a sort of opening bid there for you to sing. You'll pay 500 not to, but what if someone pays 6 for you to, or 1,000? I'd say they have to at least double it to match your 500 I won't sing. So let's see how that goes. But thank you so much, Craig, for your attempt there. Very, very good. Nice. Excellent. We've got Tom's 200. Camille Maloney, thank you, Camille. $300 from her. Absolutely terrific. Maeva says, because I have 2 young kids that love to surf, I will pledge $200. Thank you so much. A great initiative. And Sean's in with 200 for Victoria. So I think we've got those match rule breakers there for Victoria. That's absolutely terrific. Another 200 there. Karen says $100. Thank you, Karen Groves. Very, very good. Nice work. $200 from Anita for the Melbourne support for Deb. Good on you. That's terrific. Excuse me while I make sure this is working. Sarah says $200, an amazing cause. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's that sort of thing where I think it's that person that said, I had no idea this was an issue. That's what really struck me about this. Yeah, one of those simple sort of things that and look at that. We just need to train some swim teachers. We just need to make sure that the beach is safe for them, the pool is safe for them, and you can make such a huge difference in somebody's life. I think like everything else in a family's life as well. Sarah says, amazing cause, $200. Thank you. Carmel Hourigan's back, $100 for this great cause. Come on in real estate. What are you doing? She says, huh? Hey, all those other wonderful AMP Capital friends and families. In you get and join Carmel. $500 to add to, sorry, there it just jumped in front of me. $500 to add to Tim Park's pledge to hear Craig sing. Okay, so we're up to 600 then. So I have made a bit of, I think it needs, okay, we'll take the 600. If there's a single bid of 1,000, then I think we get Craig back for a 16 bar, 32 bar, one verse of a song. I think that's okay. But thank you, Helen Leondis, for your $500 there. A $500 proxy from James Kirby. Thank you, James, for that. Kelly Murphy, $500, absolutely terrific. Frederick Mulder, thank you so much for your 100 there, Fred. Thank you for your idea as well. Very good. Chris Cunningham, $200 for the pleasure safe swimming gives autistic youngsters and the peace the program brings their parents. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Caroline, $100 for my daughter's friend who has autism. Tapos Takua, $7,500 from Tapos. Great plan, he says, and thank you so much. Tapos, unbelievable. Thank you so much for your support there. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Tapos, for your support of TFN. $200 extra to the pot to hear Craig sing. So we're up to 800. I'm just looking for a single kick-off of 1,000, and I think we can get Craig back. Not to reach 1,000. I think it needs $1,000 bid, and that's what will get us there. Andrew Falson, $100. Thank you so much. Jenny Galati, $100. My nephew Michael has autism, loves the water. Exactly. $200 if we can get 5 matches for everyone who's ever had a swimming lesson. Yeah. $500 for everyone who's ever had a swimming lesson, or $500 for everybody. A $200 match. We get 5 matches. If you've got kids going to swimming lessons now, or if you've had taken the kids through swimming lessons, then I think that'd be fantastic. I feel like joining in on this one, but my children were so useless at swimming. We went to swimming lessons for about 5 years, like each. Each child took about 5-6 years, and they eventually struggled somehow to the end of the pool. It was pathetic to see, really. It was very disappointing. But yes, if you've got the kids swimming, I reckon throw in 200 and match that one as well. John Grenshaw's ex-AMP throwing in $1,000. John, can you just clarify, is that to encourage Craig to sing? Is that what that 1,000 might be for? I think it might be. You are ex-AMP. I think you'd probably like to see it. Libby says $100. Children with additional needs require empathy, compassion, support, and respect. Fantastic. Mark's thrown in $200. There's a whole bunch of 200s coming in here to match that the swimming 200. Susie Jakobovitz, thank you so much. Michelle Cross, $100 for you. Richard Duncan, $100. Excellent. Ali says, I'm involved in the Bondi Dippers program. It's amazing, she says. $100. Fantastic. Carmel says, the wonderful Bo is donating $1,000 for each of the charities. Thank you. Or is that BOE? I'm not sure if that's an organisation or a person. Sorry about that, Carmel. So thank you so much to you too for that. Thank you, Bo. I think it's a person. He says good luck to it all. So thank you. That's $1,000 from Bo. Julie says $190 from Lena, Carly, and Zara's piggy bank for her autistic brother, Rafa. Thank you. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for getting in there. Craig is throwing in $3,542. This is Craig Dainton, who we heard from the start. From the people who dared me before tonight. Count me in for an extra 200 to hear Craig sing falsetto. We're there, Craig. I think you better go and just warm up a little, get ready. John Grenshaw says ex-advisor. So yeah, I think that's enough. Match releases, swimming lessons from Rebecca Gorman. Thank you, $200. David Ziegler, $200 there as well. Can we get Craig up on the screen there, Lauren? Is that possible? Is Craig there? Craig, get in there, back on the mic. 16 bars. Just opening line of, I don't know, Wonderwall, something like that, or I don't know what song you love. Sweet Caroline, some opera, perhaps, if there's a little bit of the magic flute that that'd be very, very nice. $3,000 from the Salteri family, and they want a song from Craig. Craig, at this point, you are the most expensive singer in the country. You are basically costing us about $8,000 to get, I've said, a minimum of 16 bars. So I think that's, you should revel in this. You're now one of the most highly paid musicians and performers in Australia today. Craig, take it away.
All right, we need to be clear. There's no refunds. No refunds on these. No. All right, well, I'll get a verse will do, I assume, James.
A verse will do, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, all right. Well, how about we kick off with a bit of Piano Man then?
His backing track.
Yes. Oh, no, I haven't got
karaoke.
No, I've just got the lyrics here, hopefully in a moment.
So
all right, here we go.
Billy Joel's Piano Man.
With apologies to those with audio. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
Singing ah diddy ah diddy ah diddy ah diddy ah. Everybody. Well, what's the next bit?
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody,
and you got us feeling
all right.
Craig, that was like being at Madison Square Garden with Billy Joel. Was it like, it was exactly the same? I've never done that, but I imagine that's what it's like. So Tim is pledging $100 if you stop. Tim, that's just rude.
Yes,
That
is rude.
Craig, thank you so much. Thank you for organising that. Thank you for getting the dares going. And thanks to everybody who dared Craig as well. So there was a lot of money raised for Craig, but he's also got some $3,000 before that as well. Diana Hogan threw in $100 to get Craig to sing as well. A lot of people saying it's better than the original. Look, I agree. I think Craig's sadly underrating his musical abilities. It's absolutely terrific there. So absolutely wonderful. So I think we've got our pledges, most of them there. Thank you to the Salteri family who did want a match. They say hopefully a match. They put in $3,000 to help out Autism Swim. So I hope we can find a match for them there if we've got that. But we might be able to get that perhaps as we come back around again. So let me just check at the bottom there. I missed Craig, $1,000 for another, but better. Look, I think that's very nice of you, but I think we've challenged Craig enough there. That's very, very good. Well done. So we will come back, as we said, we'll revisit Autism Swim and see if you want to help out there anymore. Thank you so much. Alrighty, let's see what we can do for Pink Elephant Support Network. Very beautiful presentation from Sam, as I'm sure you'll remember. And so let's invite their advocate, who's Lou Pagano. He's Director of Strategic Sourcing at AMP. Lou, nice to meet you. Off you go.
Hello, James.
Lou.
Thank you for the opportunity. I must say that I almost feel I've got 60 seconds to advocate for Sam and Pink Elephants. I almost feel like just staying silent and paying respect to all those women that, in my opinion, have suffered one of society's silent tragedies. But I'll do my best to help Sam and the team. So I'm the Director of Strategic Sourcing in AMP, a very proud AMP employee tonight, as always with what the foundation does. And I think everyone will agree online that they're three worthy causes. But for me, meeting Sam the other day was a humbling experience in many ways, not just the fact that she's devoted her own life to helping others, but also the story and the experience that she's been through. As I say, I do believe it is the silent tragedy. We don't talk about it very much, and quite often when we do know someone that's experienced a tragedy like this, the words that we add to the conversation don't always help those on the receiving end, the person that's suffered the experience, that mostly help the people that are uttering those words. And so we're not well equipped at all. And I guess I was astounded at two things: just the number, the statistics were just horrifying, frankly. And the fact that I felt over my own experience with family that this was something that people didn't talk about, never understood why, but to know that so many people suffer in silence and don't have the support that they deserve is just tragic all round. My connection with this is personal. When the foundation asked me to consider advocating, I did take some time to think about it. And when I saw Sam's cause in Pink Elephants, it reminded me of my own personal experience. In October last year, my daughter, 28-year-old daughter, youngest daughter, 4 kids, 2 boys, bookends, and the girls in the middle. I've got an elder daughter who's got a child and grandfather to a number of grandchildren, and never really appreciated an event like this, a tragedy like this. And even growing up my own children, my biggest worry is whether they would be healthy and whether their mother would be healthy, and the same for my grandkids, for my children when they're having their children. But in October last year, when we had an inkling that Rachel was pregnant, and she, out of all the extended family, wanted a child more than most, on the very day that we thought she was going to announce, she in fact announced that she'd lost the child at 11.5 weeks. And I watched her go through her grief, and in fact, listening to Sam, I still have goosebumps, and people who know me will know that I don't shed tears, if ever. But I've got to tell you, I came close while I was listening to Sam there, just not only with what she went through, but to know that so many women are going through the situation they go through, and that we are so badly equipped, particularly in the health industry, and to deal with this, and the way women are treated is just unbelievably terrible. So from my perspective, having gone through the process that we've been through as a family and not knowing what to do and how to do it, when I reached out to Rachel to let her know, in fact, I had to muster the courage to have the conversation with her. and let her know that I was doing this and advocating for pink elephants. In fact, she shared with me that she had reached out through her doctor to pink elephants, and in fact, the support that she received was incredibly helpful. So the connection is incredibly close. They say that you should never have favourites when you talk about your kids, but Rachel is my favourite, and I say that quite loudly to my own kids, much to my demise. But she's very much like me. We had an app where we swapped faces, and her face didn't change, so she's also one still in shock as a result of it. Luckily and fortunately for her and the family, she's now past 4 months on her pregnancy, and we're all expecting great things to happen for her. But I have to say, every day that goes by, I wake each morning and I hope to God that I don't get a text from the family about Rachel's baby, or for that matter, my eldest daughter, who's Jasmine. She's also expecting in the next couple of months, because the fear it puts in you, I can't actually imagine what it does to a woman. So knowing that Sam and her team have committed themselves and making the sacrifices that they're making, notwithstanding the experience they've been through, is incredibly comforting to know. And I absolutely think that we should dig deep to help her and her team. And I'm pledging $1,000 tonight in the hope that everyone else will dig as deep. So as they say, least but not last on the sequence of events tonight. So good luck, Sam and team, and dig deep, people. And those that know me, I'll be watching carefully to see who pops up on the generosity scale.
Fantastic, Lou. That's excellent. The only thing better than silence, Lou, was that eloquent advocacy, and also the fact that you had you shared your personal story. That means a lot, and thanks so much for that. Absolutely terrific. Lou Bogano there, Director of Strategic Sourcing at AMP, and kicking off with $1,000 there. So very, very good start. Absolutely terrific. I'm sure you remember Sam's very moving presentation. So let's go straight to the pledges. Carmen Platt put it beautifully. She says, $100 for a little person I never met. Wish I could give more. Can vouch for the need wholeheartedly. So thank you so much. I wish you'd been around 11 years ago. So Carmen, thank you for that. And thank you for all those who are giving at this moment. Maureen says, this is so close to my heart, $100 as well. Nice thank you for you, Lou, there. Thank you so much to Lou, terrific advocate. You're a good man, says Lachlan. Alan and Tessa English, thank you so much. They're kicking off pledging with $500 there to help out. Julie McDonald says $300 for Pink Elephant from Annette Davies, who said, I had 2 miscarriages, never got the joy of having a child, so I can relate to this presentation. Thanks, Annette, absolutely terrific. Adam says $100 for Pink Elephants. Lou, your videos were very moving internally at AMP. So obviously Lou's been out there, talking about this already. So good on you, Lou. Thank you so much. And Adam, thank you for your generosity there as well. Thank you, Sam, for the amazing work you do. $100 from Janine. Tom says, thank you, Lou. $200 from me as a former strategic sourcer. Thank you. Carly says $150 in memory of Isabella. Thank you there. $200 to Pink Elephants from Michelle Cross. $100 from Andrew Falson. Thank you, Andrew. That's terrific. Good on you. Nicole Harris, $200 from Nicole. Such a wonderful cause and so personal for so many, says Nicole. Sean Kamler, $200. $150 from Elisa Nightingale. Thank you for the important work you do, Sam. Tim says, amazing words, Lou and Sam. This is Tim Parks again. $100 and another $100 on behalf of my colleague, Steve Nolan. Colin Wilson Brown says $100 for a great initiative. Thank you so much there. Stephen Nolan, $100 from him, an amazing cause, absolutely terrific. Claire Turner says $100 from Claire, feeling grateful and emotional simultaneously for those who have suffered miscarriage. So thank you, Claire, for your $100 there. $500, Kelly says $500 in memory of a little one lost today. So Kelly, thank you for being able to contribute and be part of this evening. Absolutely terrific. Lara says $100 from me. We wouldn't have got through our loss without an amazing counsellor. Every woman should have one. I mean, doesn't this illustrate, like from this group we've got here tonight, this illustrates what Sam was talking about, how widespread this is, how we don't talk about it. Here we are talking about it. Here we are raising the issue and raising money. So it's obvious how widespread it is. We take the group we've got here tonight. I know we've got 300 or 400 people with us, and so many people are sharing a personal experience. Camille says $100 on behalf of my friend who had 5 miscarriages over several years before having 2 healthy children, and for all women who experience this. Thank you, Camille. That's very lovely. Sean says $200 from our beautiful children, Ruben and Lucy. Frederick Mulder, thank you, Frederick. $100 from Frederick. $100 from Laura Scott as well. The Lark family would like to give $1,000 in memory of our niece Stella, who would have been 10 today. Thank you, Kristen. That's really lovely of you. Thank you, Kristen Lark. Beautiful. Kate Hines says, people with lived experience are the change makers. $1,000 to keep up the amazing work and in honour of all my beautiful friends who've lost a baby to miscarriage. Thank you, Kate. That's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful words, and thank you for sharing it. Sarah just says $500. Thank you, Sarah. 500 from Sarah. Kate Wilson, $100 from Kate for the too many who've gone through loss without support. Karen Groves, $200. Victoria Triggs, $100 in memory of a first lost grandchild. Yeah, thanks, Victoria. Thanks so much. And I know that for many this will be a painful segment. This will be hard to deal with. So I do appreciate you being able to give and stay with us during this time. Jenny Galati, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. $100 from one bereaved mum to another. Carmen says, Kelly, we feel you. So lots of support going back and forth there up and down the chat room as well. There's something nice about this, isn't it? Like we're in the room, it'd still be. I'm sure people would be coming together in all sorts of ways. But it's nice. I like the way that we're all seeing at once. We're all seeing and then offering support back and forth and messages back and forth. So it's very lovely. It's really lovely to be scrolling down and seeing all this. Helen Leondos says $500. Thanks for your leadership, Lou. Yeah, lovely. Charlie says $100 with heartfelt thanks for everything you've done for me over the past few weeks. If my mum matches it. Okay, Charlie's mum, I hope you know who you are. And she I think it's a she, is it? Would like 100 there. Tapos Takua. Tapos is offering $2,500 for Pink Elephant. Thank you so much, Tapos, and thanks for your generous contributions this evening. Fantastic. Alex Keane says $200 from Alex and John Keane for our friends who lost 2 babies. Rebecca Gow says, in memory of my own losses and for those so many friends and family, we humbly offer $1,000. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, that's lovely. Sam is dealing with something that is so widespread and yet so unspoken and unsupported. It's extraordinary, really, isn't it? That we're only perhaps starting to think about this now. Lydia Skalski says $100 from me too for helping me through some dark times. I wonder if she means pink elephants. I hope so. Lisa Kingman says Charlie's donation matched by a very grateful mum. Good on you, Lisa. And Charlie, thank you so much for your $200 there. I'm a rainbow baby. My mum lost a baby before me, and it's the only reason I'm here. $200 from me, but it's not like it's not like you can put any amount on this, right, Deb? Would anyone care to match me? Yeah, that'd be great. If you could match Deb's 200, that'd be fantastic. And there's a bet matching it pretty much straight off. $200 from William Street Massive Botany. From William Street Massive. Botany's very proud of you, Sam, and the Pink Elephant Support Network. Oh, terrific. So you know one another, I gather. Richard Duncan says $100 to the amazing work by Sam, who's clearly a formidable woman of true grit. Excuse me. $150 from Jemima for all the lost tiny people. She writes. A. McKay writes $100 from our family for the amazing work for Pink Elephants. Liam and Dee Mcdonald say, having walked out of the hospital leaving our dead son behind after a full week in an incubator with absolutely no help or encouragement, my late wife Josephine and myself really understand the need for support at times like this. We'd like to pledge $150 to Pink Elephant in memory of Liam Ogg. Well done, Sam. Thank you, Liam and Dee McDonald. That's very lovely of you. Thank you. Kate writes that Sam is an inspiration. Yes, isn't she? $100 from Kate. Thank you, Kate Stone. Cynthia Nardi, $500 in memory of those children who were lost by friends. Lisa's matching $200 to our previous person who just said, you know, isn't there, it means so much to them that they want a match for their 200. Absolutely terrific. Another $100 from me, says Tim Parks. If an AMP colleague who's yet to contribute does so. So if you're waiting to contribute, maybe get in right now and match Tim Parks 100 there. Tim's been very active all night. Nari Vandergate says $100 in memory of 2 siblings I never got to meet. Yeah, beautiful, Nari. Thank you so much for that. Thanks, Dad. I'll do $100 for my big brother Liam Jr., whom I never met. Okay, thank you so much there. Nari says I'm AMP. Oh, okay, so that's great. So you're matching Tim's AMP there. That's terrific. So we're looking good. We're close to $28,000 there. Anything further for Pink Elephant Support Network? And some beautiful pledges there too. It's beautiful to read. Absolutely terrific. Rob Keldoulis has joined us. He says, lived experience of the trauma. I would like to pledge $50,000 on behalf of our family, present and missed. Rob, thank you so much. That's extraordinary, and thank you for sharing that with us tonight and telling your story there. $50,000 from Rob Keldoulis. Thank you, Rob. That's extraordinary. John Grenshaw, $1,000. Thank you, John. Absolutely terrific. Craig says $100 to match Nari and Tim. That's beautiful. Julie McDonald's got a $500 proxy from James Kirby for Pink Elephants. That's terrific. Judith Hargrave says, in honour of a beautiful woman, Kathy Hargrave, $1,500. Thank you, Judy and Philip Hargrave. Lachlan Johnson says another $100 to match Tim, Parks, Nari and Craig. Thank you for that. Rob, you're getting lots of support there, as I'm sure you can see on the chat room, for your extraordinary generosity there. Thank you so much. Fantastic. David Ziegler says, Pink Elephant, $5,000, do good. $5,000, do good. It's a very simple instruction there. I don't think any of us have any doubt that Sam is doing good and that Sam will be able to achieve it. What a presentation that was, and the fact that she's just one of those people you just go, she will meet the health minister at some point and get this campaign happening. Kelly Murphy writes, you're all magic givers. Every event makes me tear up. Yes, true. Try sitting here. It's very true. I don't tear up, I get thick in the throat. If you ever hear me get a bit thick in the throat, it's because it's got a bit emotional. And this is certainly one of them. Like, you know, I got two healthy kids, and it's, you know, very, very lucky. But of course, you can feel it, you understand what it is. All right, extraordinary sum there for Pink Elephants. Thank you so much for Rob, for your generosity there in the middle, and thank you to everybody else. That's absolutely extraordinary. It's, you know, 50,000 there raised by everybody else, with the 50 from Rob has taken us up to $102,000 for Sam Payne and the Pink Elephant Support Network. Terrific. All right, shall we see if there's anything more? Let's just go back around quickly for Dreams to Live For. Firstly, Dreams to Live For, Louise Marnie's organisation, doing things for people whose cancer has metastasised, it's now spread, terminal. There's nothing can be done for a range of cancers. That's the prognosis, and you know, offering a dream, an event, something for the whole family to get behind and experience and enjoy in those that last year or so. Would anyone like to give anything more for Dreams to Live For? If you would like to help out there, then simply put it in the chat room now. That would be absolutely terrific. If anybody's got any more to contribute, that would be wonderful. Of course, it's a wonderful as it is. The $30,000 is a wonderful amount as it is. Salteri family are offering $1,000 if they can get a match. So let's say we've got $1,000 from the Salteri family. Thank you so much, Salteri family. I've got a half match from Cynthia, $500. So let's say I need another $500 to match that 1,000. Another donation of $500 to match Cynthia Nardai's 500. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Salteri family, for your 1,000. That'd be terrific. Nari's got $100 in memory of my auntie Erin. Thank you, Nari. That's terrific. Jen says another $100 for me from Dreams to Live For. So I guess if I throw those hundreds together with the 5, we're pretty much close to a match for the Salteris, which would get us up to the 1,000. Let me see what we've got here. Rob Keldoulis jumping in there. Rob saying, okay, I'll match the Salteris, he says, but I'm upping it to $20,000. If they can squeeze a little more out, he says, please. If they can squeeze a little more out. So he's matching the Salteris' thousands, and he'd like to just, I don't think he's saying you've got to go, you know, all the way, but a bit more, just a little bit more. Rob, thank you, fantastic. Thank you for your challenge as well there. Salteris, you know, balls in your court. Just a little bit more, if you could. Rob, thank you so much for your 20K. Lachlan Johnson, $100 from Lachlan there. Very, very good. Julie pointing out that they're not actually, Salteri's not actually online, so it may not be able to quite get that match there. So Rob, if you can think about it, you feel, you know, if you want to get a little bit more out of some other people, that might be good. But thank you so much, everybody who's donated and done such a wonderful job there. Absolutely terrific. And I gather from that Rob has perhaps put in his, I was saying, do it, Julie. I don't know if that's them. Do it, Julie, live a little. I think that's indicating, if you're not aware what's going on, that Rob has encouraged Julie Mcdonald, head of TFN, to simply authorise what the Salteris can do. I don't think it quite works like that, Rob. And she would know. I tell you what, on behalf of Rob Kildulis, I would like to. But thank you, Rob. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful, and your generosity is extraordinary. Bravo, terrific. And with that, and with everybody else's contributions, we've got $66,850 for Dreams to Live For. Let us see if we've got any more for Autism Swim here this evening. Absolutely terrific. So that'd be fantastic. And so we're on to Autism Swim now. If you would like to help out any further there, we've got $57,664 there for Autism Swim. So if you'd like to help them out any further, then please do so now. That'd be great. You can just put it in the chat room like we've been doing. You know, it's a terrific organisation. I think the thing I like about Dreams to Live For and the and Autism Swim is the sort of, in a way, the simplicity of it. You know, here's some simple things that can be done. Here's some simple things that people need that will make a huge difference. You know, like and we often have that with the funding network things. It's both simple things that will make a huge difference, and also things that don't necessarily need lots of money. I'm not talking millions of dollars, but some tens of thousands of dollars, $100,000 makes a huge difference in what they can achieve and the activities there. It's absolutely terrific. We're very close, apparently, to matching AMP's $100,000. Yeah, okay. So we're only 3K away, as Julie points out on the chat line there. So Cynthia's put in another $500 for Autism Swim. Thank you so much there, Cynthia. Nari's given us another $100. As Craig is my boss and the only person who's ever had me warbling Piano Man. Oh, I see. Craig is my boss and the only person who's ever had me warbling Piano Man while sober at the top of my lungs. So yes, I know what that's. I do understand. Another $100 for Erica and Lindsay and the amazing team. And Alex says thank you on his iPad. So thank you so much for that there. Anna Martin. Hello, Anna. Has donated $1,000 from 5 Point Foundation for Autistic Swim. So thank you so much, Anna Martin. Fantastic. Very, very good. Excellent work there. So we're sitting at $61,032 for Autistic Swim. Would anybody like to donate anything further? Rebecca Gorman is putting in another $500 for each organisation. Thank you, Rebecca. That's a very, very kind of you, considering you're giving your donations already. So $500 for each organisation. So $500 to Swim, to Dreams to Live For, and to Pink Elephant Support. We'll put those in place as we go through then. Absolutely terrific. All right. Happy there, I think, with Autism Swim. That's fantastic. We did excellent work there for Pink Elephant Support Network, and maybe we can just see if there's anything further then for them. If anybody's been further moved to help out, that'd be terrific. He's fantastic. Okay, Lara Evans. Rob is there. Sorry, Rob Colvillis is there. I saw Tapos online, he says. He's our wonderful risk manager in VivCourt. Rob will donate 10K. Can I clarify, Rob, are you saying 10K to Autism Swim or 10K? Because this is happening on the crossover there, I just want to clarify, do you mean Autism Swim or for Pink Elephant? He'll donate 10K if Tapos will donate another 2.5K. So Tapos, the challenge is with you. I suppose I just want to check whether you mean Autism Swim or Pink Elephant, because it came in just as we were beginning there. So I just want to make sure that we've got that right. Rob, if you could clarify, that'd be terrific. $100 for Pink Elephants from my rainbow baby, Sabella, who's sitting on my lap watching. That's absolutely terrific. Another $1,000 from Richard Headley. So thank you so much for Richard Headley. Tapos, you're a champion. So does that mean that Tapos has done it? I'm just sort of trying to see there. So Tapos, you're a champion. So Tapos The challenge is to donate 2.5k, and Rob Kildoulis will match that with another 10k if you can. That would be terrific. Lou is saying he's pledging 1,160 in pledges from those who couldn't make it tonight for Sam and the Pink Elephant. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's for Lou. Now I'll just clarify that the money that Rob was, the further 10 that Rob was donating there was for Autism Swim. Thank you, Rob. Good on you. Fantastic. So I'm assuming Tapos is going to kick in there, and so good on you, Tapos. So that's further 10k there for Tapos Swim from Rob Kildoulis. If Tapos will kick in another 2.5, and so love those challenges that Rob gets going with all these friends. It must be hard to be Rob's friend. You must have to go. What are we going to tonight, Rob? No, really, it's just dinner. Nothing. You won't have to do anything. Helen Leondis, another $500 for Dreams to Live For. Thank you so much, Helen. Fantastic. Good on you. Absolutely wonderful. Right. Well, what a flurry of giving we've had there. If anything's missed on the way through, we will pick it up in the pledges. We didn't read your pledge out there. It's all been recorded. It's all there. If you want to donate anonymously, if that wasn't something that you wanted to do, then you're also able to donate afterwards and just do it online. You'll be able to do that there. It's absolutely terrific. Now, Craig is called in. Craig says, I think we owe Rob a song. Rob, would you like a song? Do you want Craig to sing? Well, Craig is offering to sing a song of thanks, a song of gratitude. I think it'd be very nice of you, Craig, if you do that. So if we can get Craig back up again, just to do a little song of thanks to Rob for helping out. It's not. I think it's a song for everybody. I think, Craig, what you're saying is you want to give a song to everybody, because everybody gave tonight. Rob was extraordinary, but everybody gave tonight. And so for some people, $100 is 50 grand. And so everybody gave, everyone pitched in, and this is what we did tonight. The point of the funding network is we all did it. We all, look at that, we all raised $244,242. Absolutely extraordinary. There's another $100 there from Frankie Headley for Dreams to Live For as well. Craig, you're offering just one more tune, a tune of thanks to the generosity all round.
Well, I thought Rob, he's stumping up very, very well there, and he's put in another 10 there for Autism Swim. So I thought better support him. I'm not sure it was actually by popular demand, but here I am.
Totally by popular demand. I'm fielding calls here from Michael Chugg, from Michael Gudinski, from all the record companies. I put the word out. Don't worry. You know, you're finished with AMP. It's just showbiz from here on in. It's that's all it's going to be. What are you offering?
Oh, well, hopefully he's a bit of an Oasis fan. How about that?
Oh, fantastic. Some Oasis. Excellent. We're getting a Wonderwall.
So come on, AMP. It is Wonderwall. Good selection. So AMP, try and get behind us again. Otherwise, I'll just keep singing until you do donate. All right, so let's go with a bit of Wonderwall. Okay. Today's gonna be the day that I'll throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're gonna do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the words on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now, Rob.
Oh, is Rob going to sing now? We can't hear Rob.
No.
That was very
how
good.
I feel about Rob.
Oh, I see you feel about Rob. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Craig. Fantastic. Excellent contribution. We're going to get you to come to every night and do it from now on. It's fantastic. So there's Rob with a special song for Rob in particular, but also for everybody. That's the whole point. Everybody got together and we all did that tonight. It's absolutely terrific. Kirsty Stark there threw in another 300 at the end there for Pink Elephants. Absolutely terrific. We killed it, Craig. Everybody's saying, you killed it, man. It's fantastic. You rock. Unbelievable. Well, how about that? That is fantastic. What an extraordinary amount. Absolutely terrific. And look at the power of all that. That's just, wow. I'm going to sit back for a moment. Unbelievable. Nearly $250,000. Absolutely extraordinary there. Not bad for the 100th event. Yes. Bravo. Alrighty. So I think we might try and get everybody back. Can we get the presenters back one by one? and see how we go. Where's Louise Marnie? Perhaps firstly, we suppose we want to hide the board and let them know, give them the reveal of how things went here tonight, thanks to your extraordinary generosity. It's always the most beautiful part of the night. You know, it's the giving over money. Everybody's happy. It's beautiful to see their reaction. Of course, it's absolutely terrific. So a few more pledges. Oh, okay, Salteris, thank you so much. Salteris have come up with another $3,000 for the Pink Elephants. Absolutely fantastic. The Pink Elephants, terrific. There's AMP Technology Director, James Kent, is willing to donate time from his tech experts to see if they can build out the Swim app for Erica. Fantastic. That is great. We always encourage people to donate, you know, their expertise, their time, contacts, all that sort of stuff. We usually, I'm sure you've been given, you know, information about how to do that, but that's a fantastic idea. Thanks, James Kent. He'll be helping Erica build out the Swim app and get it up to a great level there. Dev's putting in another $100 for Dreams to Live For. That's absolutely fantastic. That's terrific. Good on you. Absolutely beautiful. So fantastic. I suppose we're just not far off 250. Renee, Eden, $100 from Renee. It gets it pretty close, doesn't it? I know there's always a lot of people who just want a nice round, even number in some way, you know. 250, it's a lovely thing. 100th event, 250, a bit, you know, thing to aspire to. There's a lot of encouragement on the chat to get it to 250, so that's very good. Carmel says $100 to live for, to Dreams to Live For from Brett Williams. Thank you, Carmel. Renee's putting in another 100. People can't stop. People can't stop. They won't stop giving. I can't stop the giving. You can't stop the giving. Nobody can stop the giving. Give 100 now and 100 tomorrow, and we'll make it here, and there'll be no more sorrow. No, you can't stop the. Should I stop doing that now? I should, shouldn't I? You're right. My donation to Pink Elephants earlier should be matched by my employer. Now this is from, sorry, go away, come on computer. David Ziegler says, my donation to Pink Elephants earlier should be matched by my employer, $5,000. So we should get to 50K once I can confirm that tomorrow. So thank you so much for that. Very, very good. Good on you, David. Get onto that. That's terrific. Alison says another 100 for Dreams to Live For. Another 100 from Brett Williams. I think we got that one before. Judy Young says $100 for Dreams to Live For. Thank you, Judy. Emma Turnbull, $100 for Dreams. Absolutely fantastic. Amazing. Rebecca says, after that performance, James will give another 500. Thank you, Rebecca Gorman. It was a $500 performance, you're quite right. It's pretty fine. To Dreams and Autism each. Thank you so much, Rebecca Gorman. That's great. Good on you. Absolutely wonderful. Well, look, I'm going to tell everyone it was 250. You know, that's I would say that's 250. Easy. You know, I think that's pretty fine. And I think I get a feeling once we add in some people who won't have participated there, but will donate elsewhere, and perhaps David Ziegler's generous offer to try to get his employer to offer, then to match his offer, I'm sure we'll be there. Cameron says, I smuggle 2 bubbas every day, $100 each for the Pink Elephants. Thank you. I think that's 200 there. That's very, very good. Deb says, more $100 towards a performance from me. Come on, Deb. I'm not $100. Really? Do I look like a guy who'd sing for $100? Yeah, you're going to need more than that. You're not even close. But we're very close. That's absolutely fantastic. Simon Warner to donate $200 for Dreams to Live, says Carmel. Tim says $100 for another Jane solo. Well, I suppose we're up to 200 now. It's not bad, Deb. Yeah, thanks, Deb. Tim, up to 100. You know, there's a solo there. What would I do? What's the song that I You Can't Stop the Giving was pretty good. You're right. That was a beautiful thing. Chris is giving another $100 for Autism Swim. Okay, what's the all I need? It's so funny now. People sometimes bid and get me to sing a model song because I was in models back in the 80s, and it's such a long time ago now. I say back in the 80s. It sounds like it makes me feel exactly like when I was a kid and someone said the 1880s. That's what it feels like. Back in the 80s, there were stagecoaches, and I was a musician in a honky tonk. And one of the favourites on the honky tonk piano in the saloon was Barbados, and that was a song by the Models. and had a marvelous saxophone solo, and I must say, very, very good. All I need is washed away. I am the voice left from drinking. Lovely song about alcoholism. I celebrate my love for you into the sun, something or another, and mixed emotions in the sun. I will come to see Barbados. It went something like that. I hadn't realized how much of that I'd forgotten, really. I thought I'd remember it. Well, there's your $100 song there. Fantastic. And thank you so much for everybody giving. We're pretty much there. Craig Dayton says $100 from Lisa Isles for Autism Swim, given the live performance she's heard in the house tonight. So that's very good. $249,000, $742. That's absolutely extraordinary. All righty, let's clear the board. Let's bring the presenters in. Let's be absolutely wonderful. We'll pretty much be at 250, won't we, when we get there? I'm sure I will. Well, this is a beautiful moment. This is when we bring the presenters in, and thanks again to them. We'll bring the presenters in and let them know exactly how much they've received. So I'm waiting till they'll be pop up there somewhere. They're there? They're coming up. Oh, there we go. Just clicked over to $250,000. Oh, that's fantastic. Yay! Yay, yes. That's the raucous applause I'm hearing around the city. There'd be all these sort of people that'd be just going, you know, they'll be in an apartment or something, and next door they'll be going, what are they doing next door? What is going on in there? Why are they all going crazy? That's unbelievable. That's fantastic. All righty, let's see what we did. Hello, Louise Marnie, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm eager to find out the news.
Yes. Well, we have been talking about you a lot in the last little while. You'll be pleased to know. And so there's been a lot of support for Dream to Live For. Would you like to find out how much?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Let's do the big reveal. You have raised tonight. Can you see it, or am I just saying it? Some $69,450. $69,000.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to the Funding Network. Thank you to the AMP Foundation and to everybody that's logged on and donated and commented. This will make a huge difference to us. We are so thrilled. Thank you so much.
Well, you said $30,000 got you a dream maker, and then at sort of $2,000 to $3,000, that's another 10 or 12 dreams that you can do there as well.
Wow,
right?
that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
certainly make lots of dreams come true.
Fantastic. Louise, well done. Thank you. Beautiful presentation. And thank you for your excellent work for your beautiful organisation as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Everybody's very excited to raise that for you tonight. That's absolutely terrific. All righty. So our next one is Autism Swim. Is Erica with us tonight as well? Where are you, Erica? Come on down. Hello, Erica.
Hi there.
Been having a nice time?
We've been having a really great time, thanks. Yeah.
Do you have a wine or two out there?
I didn't, but everybody else did. But I thought if I had one, I might end up having 5, so didn't have any.
Yeah, I understand. Well, look, go and have a few now, because tonight we raised $74,592 for you tonight.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to those who donated. Thank you to those who sang for us. Thank you to AMP, to TFN. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this, and it's been an honour to be here this evening alongside these two amazing women and organisations. I know COVID has been difficult for everybody, but I can assure you that not-for-profits have really, really felt the pinch, and that things like this are lifelines for us. So the most sincere thank you to you all.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. There's also an offer in the comments there from AMP Technology to help you out with building the app further and things as well.
How good is that? Thank you.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Terrific. Erica, fantastic to meet you. Thank you for your excellent work with Autism Swim. It's a beautiful organisation, and a lot of inspiration there for everybody tonight as well. Sam Payne, come on back, Sam Payne from the Pink Elephant Support Network, and let's let you know how we went for you tonight. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
Hi. You look a bit nervous, Sam.
I am really nervous.
Why would you be? We're going to give you stuff, Sam. We're giving you things.
Oh, no, you said that.
Well, look, just relax because you've got $106,000, Sam. $106,000 are yours from the funding network. You're going to
Wow. Carry on. Thank you to everyone, because that means that you're validating that all of our losses matters, and it's so much bigger than not only the impact we can do with this, but what this means to every single person who has gone through the heartache of pregnancy loss and not received the support that they deserved. By donating, you're seeing them and validating that our losses matters. I can't. Thank you. Thanks.
Sam, look, everybody thanks you as well, because you've brought an extraordinarily important thing, a very difficult thing, to front and center. You've told, you've communicated about it so beautifully and so with such truth that we couldn't help ourselves. We all had to help out there. So that's the total, as you can see on the screen, some $250,000, and a further donation from Rob Keldoulis tonight, which is for the funding network itself. Rob has donated $25,000 to TFN. If you're not aware, TFN itself is a charity. We run as a charity then to help other charities. And so there's Rob, who's been a big part of supporting the organisation through its years. And he says it's an amazing organisation, beautifully birthed by Lisa and brought to puberty by Julie. So there's an uncomfortable image for us all. But thank you, Rob. Absolutely terrific of you. $25,000 for the funding network, and to help out at their 100th event, to mark their 100th event there. Thank you so much, Rob. Absolutely terrific. Look, I got something in my eye there while Sam was talking and saying thank you. I don't know what it was, but I'll have to go and deal with that in a moment or two. If you want to fulfill your pledge, just hop on over to the Funding Network's website to do that. It's at fundingnetwork.com.au, and you can fulfill your pledge there. There's a link in the chat box as well. Well, tomorrow, keep an eye out for an email detailing how you can pay. So TFN is a charity, as I said, so if you'd like to add an extra donation to help out the funding network itself, that'd be absolutely great. And hopefully we'll all be here at our 200th event in whenever that might be. We're going to send you a link to tonight's stream. You can share it with your networks and encourage others to support both those organisations that you've come to love there tonight, but also TFN as well. We'll update you on the impact of your support over the coming weeks and months, so you'll get further notifications, just letting you know what the organisation's about. There's no further obligation, it's just to keep in touch, because it's so great to meet these people, isn't it? See what they're doing. It's always uplifting. You feel great because you've met these people who are doing great work, and we've helped them as well. That's the whole point. We can sit back. We can now sort of feel a little less frustrated about what's going on in the world, because we've all come together and had a beautiful time. Thank you so much for you. I hope it worked for you over the the Zoom and the online and all that sort of stuff. I know you're probably doing a lot of this during the day as well, so to then come and do it again tonight and help out is absolutely terrific. So have an excellent evening. Hopefully the next one we might see you all in a room, probably appropriately socially distanced, or we'll do it again like this because it's perfectly successful. Thanks everybody. See you again soon.